Hello and good morning everyone. Sorry about last week, did miss a video. Had a few things on lately just with work and things like that, but I'm back to talk about what has just happened in the last round 6. So look, a couple of big points coming out of this week. This is a big one, but we won't be talking about that as yet. So a couple of questions to come out of this round as well for mine. I've got a question has been asked the last couple of weeks, and I think it's time to talk about it. Jonathan Thurston, has he gone a season too long? Now, look, I'm the biggest JT fan. A lot of people who know me and talk footy with me know that. I think he's the best player in the game and the best player since Andrew Johns to come to the game. But look, some things that I've been seeing lately has suggested he may have gone a year too long. I don't like to say it because, as I said, I think he is the greatest player the game has seen for the last 10 years. The competitive nature of him is just second to none. It's something that every little kid out there should look at when they're learning the game, things like that. But after the week that was and the criticism that was coming his way, I thought this is the weekend that JT really stands up for himself, and the JT of old would have owned that game Friday night against the Dogs, and it just wasn't. It was like it was I think it was like it was a guy who's down in confidence. The talent wasn't there, and that's just something that the drive wasn't there, and that's something you don't associate with Jonathan Thurston. His drive is always there. The competitive nature of him. Look, last year he was injured. It takes a while to come back from that injury. You don't like to see it either. So for mine, I think it has been proven now that Thurston has gone a year too long. Unfortunately, I think the Cowboys, it's probably the same as Matthew Scott to a certain degree. I think the younger players now are the more hungrier players. Not taking anything away from either two. I think Scott and JT are two great players. I just think the Cowboys showed last year they're ready to step away from that. They got Morgan coming in, they got Tamari, Martin. They got a couple of good young guys there. Now they got Carney there. He can step up. They've got a couple of people there that are ready to push. So it's going to be interesting how they go there moving forward. Look, I love Thurston, as I said, but I do think maybe he's gone this season too long. Next point I wanted to talk about is so far the best player in the game. Now look, the Dragons are on fire, don't get me wrong. Widdop, Hunt, Graham, close to the buy of the year for mine so far. But the player I want to talk about who I think has been, first of all, the buy of the year, and second of all, I think the player of the comp right now would be James Maloney. I've watched pretty much every Panthers game so far this year, and when Cleary got injured, everyone sort of got a bit worried about the Panthers and thought, oh, here we go, hang on a second. The young gun's out for a while. This could be the Panthers' undoing, and I was one of them. But the way Maloney stood up and he's just controlled that team, and it's like they've still got Cleary out there playing because they haven't missed a beat. If anything, they've gone up another level, and that's just Maloney to a T. That's the JT of old. Talking about JT, that's how he plays, and to see Maloney, a New South Welshman, coming into Origin playing like that, it definitely gives us New South Welshmen a bit of hope. You'd have him obviously in the halves, and you can honestly name anyone there at the moment to partner him, and he's just going to take over and do what he does best, which is play football and guide a team around the park. You've got a couple of things happening moving forward where you've got Cleary coming back for the Panthers. That's only going to strengthen them. The way they played last week, the way they've played this year so far, the Panthers for mine, I tell you what, they're going to be one of the teams to beat for mine. They're certainly up there, and a couple of good games coming up for them to see exactly where they are as a team, but they're looking very good. And James Maloney, hats off to you, mate, because for mine, you're the player of the comp so far, and with him there, how competitive he is, it rubs off on everyone else, and you can just see that every bounce of the ball, if the ball's on the ground, there's always someone there in a Panthers jersey to collect that ball, and they're all pushing up as one, going from there, and it's great to see. The last point of round 6 I wanted to talk about was obviously my club, Parramatta. Look, 9-6, you can't go away from the fact that no one saw that coming. Top 4 hopefuls at the start of the year. Most people had him even in the top 2 to be there on the big day. Now look, there's a possibility they could still be there on the big day, but at the moment there's nothing's changing, and each week they say they've got to improve, they've got to do this and that. After 2 minutes, it's the same team that we've seen the whole year, and it's just becoming a little bit embarrassing for mine that a club that looks so hopeful can go so far back in 6 months. There's some definite things have happened there. There's a lot of the coaching staff have gone. We've lost a couple of key training personnel, like the old Ronnie Palmer, who's at the Tigers now. We lost Luke Burt from the coaching staff. Lost another assistant coach, and we've got a guy in from the AFL. He's one of the trainers now, and there's so many things to question at the moment. It's not funny. Obviously, it doesn't help when you're losing. Nothing seems to be going right when you're losing, and for mine, a lot of people are questioning Brad Arthur. I do think he's the man for the job, but even I'm starting to question some of the things he does. I'm a massive Brad Arthur fan, and anyone who talked to me about Parramatta knows that. I think he's the man for the job, but things like rewarding Penny Terapo this week with a starting spot when last week he dropped the ball about 4 times. What sort of example does that set to the players moving forward that, hey, you can drop the ball 4 times in 1 week and I'll name you to start the next week? It's fine, no worries at all. Our forward pack doesn't do anything. Like Tim Manor, great servant of the club, don't get me wrong, absolutely fantastic servant of the club. Off the field, what he does for the club is phenomenal. Off the field, absolute gem to have in your club. But on the field, he's just the size of him. He should be getting through the line, bumping players off. I haven't seen him bump a player off for all year, and I haven't seen him do an offload. It's just one-up runs every time for every forward they've got at the moment, not just him. Every forward they've got just one-up runs, no looking to offload, no passing from at the line. It's so one-dimensional. You can get the opposition can just gang tackle you, slow down the ruck, and they dominate us. Every single week it's happening. It's just becoming embarrassing. There's no control there at the moment. I feel sorry for the halves. I know a lot of criticism coming the halves way, but I actually do feel a bit sorry for them because you can't do much when your forward pack isn't going forward as a half. Even some of the backs, like Bevan French on the weekend, 2 runs when you're playing wing, mate. You're supposed to be helping the forward, that giving him a bit of a rest by making that hard run forward, and you made 2 runs. The only thing he did in Canberra on the weekend, he went to Canberra, he's probably caught pneumonia on the wing because it was bloody 10 degrees or something. He's come back to Sydney, he's got pneumonia. He's probably out for 3 weeks. Good work, mate. Good effort. I tell you what, being a Parra fan at the moment, the only good thing, King Gutho, take your hat off. Hold your head up high because you're one of the only players on the weekend that are having a go, and you've just come back from an 8-month stint off. The bloke who's just had 8 months off is your best player on the field straight away. It's embarrassing to be a Parra fan at the moment, and people aren't even bagging me out anymore. I think people are starting to feel sorry for us. And that just shows when you've got a club that people are starting to feel sorry for, you know you've basically lost it. So to me, I don't know where to go with the club. They've got to make some serious changes. We've got to get a couple of big dominant props in there, a couple of big forwards. Look, people bagged us out for signing T-Rex, but he's probably been one of our best forwards since he's come back. And that's who we need, some big, aggressive, hungry forwards. We've got Brown. I'd be probably starting Scott now as well. He's showing a bit of hunger, a bit of desire. But the rest of the forwards, I don't know what they're doing. Like Kane Evans, I've signed him for 300,000-400,000 or something. And what's he doing? Absolutely nothing. He's just getting paid to be an oxygen thief. But yeah, as I said, I think Brad Arthur's the man moving forward. But there's a couple of things that need to happen ASAP to get this team going, moving forward. And I just hope this week could be the start. Saying you're versing the team that beat us by 50 about 4 weeks ago. This is your chance to really put your foot down and go, let's make a stand for this season. You can see the players are clearly frustrated. Everyone's frustrated at the moment, but at the end of the day, the only people that can fix this mess is the people that got themselves into it, is the players. They need to show some heart. They need to show some passion for this blue and gold jersey. Past players, fans, everyone in there are probably hurting a lot more than, say, you guys are at the moment, at least showing it. Even at the end of the game on the weekend, you see them shaking hands, laughing. Like, I know you're all mates and stuff, but this is now 9-6. Like, come on, guys. This isn't just, oh, we've lost a game where we're 5-1 or we're 4-2. We're going well. This is we're not showing a thing. We just dropped the ball. We just keep giving penalties away every single set. We get a team on the back foot. We got them third tackle on the 10-metre line, and we give away a penalty. Just no pressure can be built with that. It's just, I don't know anymore. But as I said, we're versus Manly. Let's see how we can go with that. This is it. This is the game for mine. We win this, we can somehow muster something back. We lose this game, season's done. Give us the spoon. I'll say it now. Give us the spoon if we lose this week. Hooroo, guys. Have a good week. I'll be away at the end of the week, so probably no video this week for the next round. That's why I want to get in early. Got some Queensland State champs for TRL. Might make a video or something for that weekend, so give you a bit of an insider to how things are done for those sorts of things. But yeah, have a good week and talk to you guys later. Hooroo.